Hi Pisces, and welcome to your monthly tarot reading for October. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're doing well. And this is a general reading for any sun, moon, or rising Pisces, and we can get a sense of the energies and messages for you in October so that you can plan accordingly. Okay, so in your current place is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups, we see this couple here face to face, and there's a sense of equality with this relationship. And this is a potential or a hope for or the chance of meeting a soulmate connection, of finding someone who really makes your life better, someone that you're really happy to be with, someone who can bring a lot of happiness to your life. So with the Two of Cups, you know, there's a sense of harmony and equality. So this is a chance for love. It could also be a very deep relationship between friends and significant, but really this is the chance for love. And if you're in a relationship, it's for strengthening your bond. So at your present moment, relationship is at the center of your thoughts and of what's going on. And then we have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is a wonderful card. And with cups, we have, it's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And so with this cups energy is this youthfulness and bringing a message to you. And it's typically a message of a chance for love. And this is also a chance for an emotional experience that's significant or important to you. With these youthful pages, there's a sense of this wonder and of enthusiasm. So crossing you is that you have something bubbling up here in terms of a relationship. And, really with the fish in the cup here, that goes to creativity. So perhaps through your creative means, you're going to be meeting someone, or you're in a relationship with someone that is beginning to become much more emotionally connected and deeper. In your foundation, a beautiful card, you have the Sun. And the Sun is about the Sun's life force, which gives us radiance. It gives us energy. It makes us feel, have vitality. Most importantly, however, it's a sign of contentedness and of happiness and of feeling joy. And you can see the little child without clothes riding the horse and the red cape. The red cape suggests passions and having your passions and your enthusiasms. The riding naked is a sense of freedom and of the setting aside the worry of having to think what others think about you. It's like, this is what's great for me, this feels great for me, and I'm going to do it. And so with the Sun, it's really of finding your own light and letting your light shine and being in a very happy, positive place in terms of your foundation. In your recent past and what's behind you is that something you felt a little trapped or blocked. And here this woman is lightly bound and she is blindfolded, standing in front of this little water puddle with the swords. And so, this is could represent Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is really about maybe not wanting to see the truth of a situation, of not wanting to deal with something. And so you're just kind of just not dealing with it. You're just kind of blocking it. Really, with the Eight of Swords, you could take off this blindfold. You could remove yourself from these binds. You could, if you had the choice, if you made the decision to, you could step away here and move on from a situation. But often, the Eight of Swords is about not wanting to deal with a matter and just kind of blocking it, putting it off to the side, and just keeping things, not letting it get to you. There's also, you might have felt a feeling of being restricted. If someone may be keeping you from pursuing something that you wanted to pursue. So in your crowning energy, you have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles, we see this guy taking a time out from his hard work of taking care of the pentacle tree. And so this is about reassessing what you're doing. You've been working really hard. You've been nurturing the tree. You've been nurturing perhaps a relationship, or maybe you've been nurturing a job or a friendship or a relationship. And so, you're just taking a moment to reflect. Am I doing what I need to do for this relationship? Is it where I think it should be? And so this is really of you. Maybe you're losing patience a bit, because this requires patience to be able to wait for the pentacles or whatever fruit to be perfect to harvest. There's a lot of patience involved. With the Seven of Pentacles, though, you're almost there. So don't, make rash decisions, because with this Seven of Pentacles, ultimately with your continued nurturing and hard work, you're going to be successful. But, you just have to hang in there a little bit longer. And you have to have these discussions within yourself saying, am I on the right track? Am I doing everything I need to do to make this plant, the plant of my life, flourish? And so in your future, what's coming up for you is the King of Pentacles. And in the King of Pentacles, we see this man who is sitting in his abundant throne, looks like with a lot of grapes, a lot of greenery. And this is someone who has mastered the art of business, of investing, and of finding financial security. So this could be a Taurus sign that you could be interacting with. It could be an advisor, someone who's giving you good advice about how to work with your money, how to plan a budget. But the King of Pentacles is fair and pragmatic. So this relates to some pragmatic, common sense, grounded energy that could benefit you in the future, about your approach in life and how you're looking at your money. It also could relate to a boss or a figure who has experience and really has a good sense of money and of making good work decisions. Where you are right now is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a card about really your inner guide, your intuition, your inner voice, the voice that speaks to you. It encourages you to pay attention to the messages around you and to take all of that information in. There's always a sense of stillness with the High Priestess, and that is the stillness that you need to be able to dive deep within yourself, to reflect, to consider life, to consider some of the things that you keep private. Not all of we don't reveal all of ourselves, of our life. We keep some that's private to us, and sometimes we keep private talents. We suppress them. So you might have a hidden talent that needs to be discovered and uncovered and shared. But the High Priestess, you're in an intuitive state of mind. You are listening to your dreams. You are thinking about perhaps a deeper purpose within your life. You are getting some stillness and some meditation and some rest and an ability to step out of chaos and to rest. You might be holding back a secret of your own, or someone's keeping a secret from you. But, the High Priestess is about intuition and using your intuition and paying attention to those hunches and the little things that pop up, little signals that come up in life. Listen to them. In your environment, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, we see our guy here sitting on the chair, arms crossed, almost smiling. He's very content, You're very happy that you have abundance with the 9 cups, whether that abundance is your spiritual abundance or your material abundance. You feel happy with where you are right now. And so often this is thought of as a wish card. So with this wish card, make a wish, and more than likely it's going to be in your favor. Because when this turns up, this is a sign of happiness, contentedness, of being very pleased with where you are, and being aware that you have quite a bit. You have quite a lot, and so you make that dream, make that wish. Be careful of what you wish for, because sometimes wishes and dreams do come true. Just make sure you're hoping for the right thing. In your hopes and fears, you have the Knight of Pentacles. And Pentacles, this suggests, again, more common sense, practical, studied approach to whatever is facing you, that you are taking the time to move slowly into a situation, that you have all the information you need to make these decisions. Maybe you're a little risk adverse at times. This is a very conservative approach. You can see this is the knight that's not galloping. He's not in movement. He's just standing or sitting on his horse, watching, looking at the pentacle, thinking about the pentacle. So it's observation. It is planning. It is taking a pragmatic approach to whatever you are hoping to address. Maybe it's a pragmatic approach with respect to a relationship, a realistic look at a relationship or the potential of a relationship. Maybe it's a pragmatic approach when it comes to your job or your career, between the king and the knight, of really looking carefully about how you're doing, because you are taking a time out from your work to really assess and to consider how it's going. And the knight is saying, hang in there. The knight is very hardworking, almost working to the detriment of not having enough recreational time. So interesting that we have in your outcome the Emperor. The Emperor is an Aries sign, and so the Emperor is about structure and about following rules and having order and bringing a sense of structure to your life, perhaps. That, it seems that you have a lot of structure with this pentacle energy, but this is maybe it's someone that you work with, a boss. Maybe it's a father-in-law, brother-in-law, someone who is very much a fair-minded person. Again, a lot of experience, a good person to go to for advice. The Emperor is, he rules fairly, and simply brings the structure to the community of your own life. So this is a interesting spread, because at the heart of it is our relationships, and you're either in a significant potential twin flame / soulmate relationship. You may be meeting somebody with the message of the Page of Cups, of this creative new endeavor with 2 people. You have happiness at your very foundation, joy, vitality, and the energy to create and to bring forth a new relationship, or just the energy to enjoy your life. You've been maybe not dealing with a situation or dealing with some things in your life, and you're kind of feeling trapped or restricted and blocked. But the thing to remember is that you can take off that blindfold. You can remove these binds, and you can step away and move forward. You've been working hard, practical approach, taking your time, a lot of common sense, earth, nature-loving energy within this reading of working hard, a lot of attention to your career or what you do and how you spend your money, perhaps. You need to stay in touch with your intuitive side, listen to your dreams, listen to your hunches, try to create some some stillness for yourself, some quiet time so that you can reflect. You also may be keeping something to yourself. You may be holding on to some news and you're not ready to share it yet. In your environment, beautiful card, 9 of Cups. Contentedness, happiness, abundance, 9 full cups, feeling very pleased, and thinking about your dreams, hoping for a dream to come true. This is your wish card. And again, wrapping it up with some pragmatic energy, again, planning and structure, and kind of paying attention maybe to your investments, your properties, and your relationships, maybe with people at the office, with the Emperor. So I think this is a very favorable spread for you, and that, you have some solid earth, your earth energy, which is throughout this reading. You have the Sun, and then you have the 2 of Cups and the Page of Cups. So really beautiful cards. Let's get a little more information on the love aspect of this reading. Okay. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So what does that tell us? That tells us to trust your instinct and allow yourself to be vulnerable and to be honest. And, if it's the right type of relationship that is harmonious and equal, then they're going to be open to you sharing your heart. And hopefully you'll hear the words that you want to hear back, whatever that may be. And maybe you've been afraid, or you haven't felt comfortable having these heart-to-heart conversations, or having a meaningful, really deep discussion you're afraid to reveal. That certainly could be with this 8 of Swords. Beautiful card. Don't be afraid to share your feelings. Just trust the universe, trust the process. And let's get a card for practice for October. Something to think about, something to contemplate. Spiritual abundance. Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. And we see the abundance of happiness and joy with the Sun card. We see the abundance with the 9 of Cups. And so be grateful for the abundance, whatever it may be. Good health, great friends, wonderful family, having peace of mind. Peace of mind is a good thing in this day and age, to have the time for yourself, to have faith, to believe in your situation, and, to just be grateful. I think gratitude is the word to accompany spiritual abundance. I think this is a very powerful and positive and loving reading for you. I wish you the very best in October. And if you enjoyed this reading or found something helpful, please like, share, or comment. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's a great way to show support, to stay connected. And I hope that if you have any extra time or energy, check out my daily or weekly oracle readings for mind, body, spirit. Thanks again, and please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you soon. Take care.